Lisa will have Milhouse as her Italian teacher, and believing she was the only one, Milhouse proves her wrong. Meanwhile, due to a lack of friends, Marge joins a group of women who will compel her to rob Mr. Burns like this was GTA 5, in the episode The Last of the Red Hat Mummers. The story begins on the day of the Easter egg hunt. The mayor mentions that this time, he is accompanied by his rarely seen wife. She adds that the hunt will be inaugurated by the magnificent Hugs bunny, although Hugs is just a name because legally he can't give any. Then, an angry girl arrives and tells the mayor that he had told her his wife was in heaven, to which he just asks her to be quiet. The hunt begins, and everyone runs to find eggs. The kids are very happy. Lisa tells Nelson that what he's grabbing aren't Easter eggs. He replies that he knows, but they'll be his breakfast, even though birds start chasing him. He says it was worth it. Ralph finds an egg. Yay! And keeps picking up the same one for a while until Bart tells him there's a hole in his basket. On the other hand, Maggie can't get a single egg as the other kids grab them all, leaving her sad. Homer, seeing this, says that no one mistreats his little girl, though initially confused.
Nobody pushes around my precious bundle of joy. Whoops, wrong one.
He picks up Maggie and starts taking eggs from the other kids, which Maggie loves. The bunny referee asks him to put the baby down and then jumps on Homer. A fight ensues, with a bunch of punches everywhere, becoming increasingly a top 10 anime battle. Meanwhile, Marge comments to the other women that the house has good siding. The doctor's wife says she didn't know Marge appreciated such things. Marge responds that she reads about it in her spare time, and they find it very interesting. The governor's wife takes Marge to the office, but pressing a button turns it into a very inappropriate place. She says the tour is over and suggests they should go for some tea, which excites Marge. However, Homer bursts in, yelling at the bunny that he couldn't take a punch, and tells him to think twice before messing with another Simpson, especially Homer. Marge, embarrassed, tells the women that he's her husband.
This is my husband, Homer.
The governor's wife gets so upset that she calls for security. But it's another party button. Then she tells everyone to leave, cancelling the tea. The Chinese woman tells Marge that she's ruined it and they won't do anything with her again. That night, Marge is very angry. Homer tries to be affectionate with his dinosaur, but she tells him to stop bothering her, that she was finally about to have friends and he ruined it as always. Homer says she has plenty of friends like Lisa and the stove. Marge, still angry, says he needs to find her a real friend, someone kind with a great smile, and he imagines a friendly dolphin. Unfortunately, he also finds the dolphin attractive, which would make Marge jealous and make them both sleep outside.
My husband and my best friend.
The next day at school, Lisa looks for summer activities. The twins suggest a twin camp. Lisa then sees a trip to Rome and goes to Principal Skinner.
Hey, where'd she go? Let's talk in our twin language.
Who tells her she needs good grades and to be fluent in Italian. She lies, saying she is, but Skinner says he needs to test her fluency later, as he's busy. Meanwhile, Homer tells Bart he needs to find Marge a friend and will do the shopping with the money he made at work.
We're on food stamps?
I wish. I made these at work.
He approaches a woman, murmuring, but she runs away and ends up crashing into a stack of cans. In the park, Lisa practices her Italian with a tape, only to find out it's a mafia tape with many bad words and gunshots.
This is what you get for asking questions.
Fortunately, she sees an ad for Italian lessons and takes the number. At home, Homer tells Marge he found her a friend waiting in the living room, but it turns out to be the crazy cat lady, which annoys Marge, and she goes for a walk, so Homer proceeds to make a bet with the crazy lady.
Bet you can't throw a cat over the house. I was wrong.
Realizing that meeting Homer led to a lonely world without friends, that for lover, she sacrificed her social life. Then, a hat crosses her path. A lady tells her that the wind is very strong, and that it's amazing how she keeps her hair so perfect.
Johnson's water seal.
Her name is Tammy, and she belongs to the organization of the Red Tomatoes. She suggests going to have some margaritas and complain about their husbands. Do you want to go? She responds that yes, Homer has done a lot of mean things to her just this morning, so she has a lot to complain about. So they go to Johnny's Mexican Fiesta to hang out. Meanwhile, back at home, the rest of the family watches a Las Vegas program called Celebrity Poker, but since the winnings were donated, Krusty leaves. Then, Marge arrives with her new dress and tells everyone that she is now a member of the Red Tomatoes, which excites Homer because he says his wife belongs to a gang. The next day, Marge is very happy with her friends. At home, the doorbell rings. Lisa, excited, says it's her Italian teacher.
Oh.
But it turns out to be Milhouse, who says he has come to teach her to speak Italian. Although Lisa doesn't believe him at all and thinks it's a joke Bart planned, he starts speaking in that language.
Prego si fermi ad ascoltare.
We find out that he works teaching the language of art, since he spent 2 weeks every summer with his Italian grandmother from when he was a baby. He was very happy there, but the English language bothered her a lot, and every time he spoke it, she slapped him.
I love you, Nana.
Since he had no other choice, he had to learn her language, acquiring perfect Italian. After that explanation, Lisa says she accepts him as her teacher. At that moment, Marge comes in with her friends, and they tell her that they sent her a message saying it's sensational. Upon entering, she sees Homer sleeping with a sign, wishing her to have had fun, and that he tried to stay awake, but couldn't. She likes that so much that she gives him a kiss. At dawn, Milhouse arrives for his class. Lisa thanks him for everything he has taught her, and adds some cards to practice with. But Milhouse breaks them and tells her that Italian is not studied, it is lived. So they go to Little Italy on his Vespa. They leave at full speed. Once there, she sees that he is very popular among the locals. He orders ice cream for the beautiful lady. Then Luigi arrives, asking him to help with a translation because he needs to order some cheeses from Italy and doesn't know how to speak Italian, only fractured English. A few hours later, they return home. It was an incredible day. Lisa thanks him and gives him a kiss. At that moment, Milhouse shouts that he is the luckiest boy in the world, but Nelson puts him to sleep.
Don't be in love, stupid.
The next day, Marge goes skydiving with her friends. She tells them that thanks to them, she had the courage to do it. They respond that upon landing, she will have a great surprise. They form a love circle where Mo goes through it, saying goodbye to the world.
Bye, cruel world! Ladies?
Once at the club, they tell her she will receive her hat to become an official member of the group. When she puts it on, she will be baptized. She responds that she feels a happiness she hadn't felt before, that she not only has friends, but now belongs to a new family. They tell her that now that she is one of them, they will share all their secrets, such as how to cook apple pie, make tea, roast a turkey, and that they will steal $1 million from the old Mr. Monty. Marge thinks it's a joke, but they already have everything planned. Every detail is planned. They even wonder why Smithers doesn't have a girlfriend, something we all know now. The point is that she tells them she can't steal, not even from an old millionaire.
Any other surprises?
I'm not a natural redhead.
Oh.
They tell her that Monty offered to donate $1 million to a children's hospital, but when he was about to do so, he told them he wouldn't give anything, cancelled it in front of everyone, and released the hounds since he takes them everywhere like his children. The lady tells her there are 12 eggs in his warehouse, each one worth a fortune. To steal it, they only need Marge's skill. Since she refuses, they tell her they will kick her out of the team and she will never have friends again. She will be expelled forever. She asks them to relax and says, okay, she accepts. So they tell her not to even think about failing them. Meanwhile, Homer is watching Fox Sports when his wife is leaving.
Sports with 2 classic Fox Sports facts.
He asks where she is going. She replies she wants to birdwatch with the girls, which seems odd to him since she left the birdwatching guide in the room. We see Lisa singing in Italian, completely in love with Milhouse, even sending him a kiss. The bad thing is that when she leaves, she sees him with another girl sitting on his lap. He asks Angelica to leave. With a very Godfather aura, he explains to Lisa that she is just an appetizer and she is his main course. Although Lisa gets so angry that she starts insulting him in Italian, she has learned the language perfectly, which makes her very happy, but also very angry because she comments that he broke her heart. So she starts chasing him around like her grandmother used to do. Since Homer is worried about his wife, he checks her things. Among her papers, he finds she has to steal from Mr. Montgomery Burns' mansion. We see that the old man is going out to get his eyes fixed and his brain washed with vinegar, and they will also look for his knees in the workshop.
Oh, and your knees will be back from the shop tomorrow.
Excellent.
The ladies start the operation, infiltrating the mansion. They stop at a vent because Marge is the only one thin enough to fit through. They ask her to hurry up and immediately open the gate. Meanwhile, Homer is driving his car because he wants to stop his wife from doing something bad while causing a lot of trouble. Chief Wiggum says they have to follow him, but first he sends Eddie to direct traffic because he does it with a lot of love and passion and looks very good doing it. At Monty's mansion, Skinner's mother says she is the combination because she got it out of the old man when they were together. 0 to the left, 0 to the right, 3 times 0, and finally 0. That way, they can see Monty's eggs, but then Homer arrives, saying he wanted to save her from the police, but they followed him and are already there. Mr. Montgomery also arrives. The ladies leave with the eggs, but are confronted by the old man, who says that nobody touches the eggs of the roster, who has a beak that can send them to the other world. Although at that moment he realizes they are all women, and a buxom and flirty man.
Buxom and flirty.
Oh, well, I try to have a good time.
Marge says she just wanted to join a group of women who wore the same clothes. She immediately starts crying, and everyone does too, which moves the old man. They ask to leave the eggs, and he will let them go. As they leave, they say they have failed, but it turns out that Marge is a professional thief. The lady says she loves her, but that they will never see her again because she might steal something from their house, which makes her sad. But good Homer asks her to relax and that no matter what she does or where she goes, he will always be there for her. And he is sure she can do better things than those women, like taking him on a romantic dinner in a balloon where Moe suddenly appears.
I can't believe this happened to me twice.
Very romantic gesture from Homer, but what's really romantic is the time Maggie fell in love with a baby from the park, but Marge will separate them if you want to see what happens. Watch this video next, but first, don't forget to drop a like and a subscription.